Hey, yeah, it's me, Uncle Ricky. Welcome to another episode of Uncle Ricky's House. And what are we going to talk about now? We gotta talk about these, seemingly unrealistic, impractical, hard to understand MAGA Republican, ultra conservative, right wing MAGA Republican Party that not only has Republicans wondering what republicanism is all about, but basically has a whole country and maybe even the world wondering what politics, how much influence is the chaotic madness of the MAGA movement. How long is the world going to be able to tolerate it? Not just the country of the United States, not just the people, but because the United States is crippled by one of its major political parties, it can't accomplish anything for itself, much less accomplish anything long-lasting in the interest of the rest of the world, because you have the chaotic madness, crazy minority party, the MAGA party, throwing a monkey wrench into everything and anything that even remotely makes sense to make way for their madness and oppression of everybody and everything that moves, that draws a breath on planet America. It's ridiculous. It's just, how we got here, we can't blame anybody but ourselves, because how we got here was a certain group of people with a whole lot of money learned how to work the prejudices and the fears of a whole lot of other people that make up another group of people that basically it's the rest of the world's money, rest of the country's money, but it's not as much as the little group got. The little group got 90% of all the money in the country, regardless of how many people there are. 1% has 90% of the wealth in a country as wealthy as the United States of America. Unbelievable. And now it's starting to show up because these people have dedicated themselves since they realized the power of their wealth. They dedicated themselves to keeping the wealth among themselves and people like them. And if anybody else got a chance at getting into the club, they had a hard road to hoe. Some people never even had that chance due to ethnicity or religious background or sex or sexual origin or sexual preference or just being the wrong religion in the wrong town at the wrong time. But it seems that the ultra white rich Christian right rich 1% of the people, 1% and a few of the people from other places that they allow to hang out with them because they got the right amount in their bank account and the right kind of vile minutia spills from between their lips, they get to hang out. But they only make up 1% of the people. They have 90% of the wealth. 90% of. It's crazy. In other words, they living off of 1% of the people living off of 90% of everything that the country makes, and 90% of the country is only living off of the 1% they're allowed to keep. But anyway, what are these people doing? They're doing crazy things. They're doing unimaginably cruel things. Governor of Texas, Governor Abbott. We're in the middle of probably the worst heat wave we've had in definitely this part of the millennium, post 20th century. Temperatures, triple-digit temperatures for weeks on end, and this Greg Abbott says that, hey, I'm gonna take away that water break that said that, after every 4 hours you had to get a 10-minute water break in Texas. No, we not doing that no more. There's too many of y'all taking too many damn water breaks. We don't give a shit if you have a heat stroke. After y'all not legal anyway, so, carry on. Keep on, lift that bar, stroke that bell, put that roof on, lay that floor. We're not having it. That's one thing. But I mean, we can jump to the other side of the aisle, the Democratic side of the aisle, because it appears that the governor of, the mayor of New York City, Greg Adams, has been caught basically doing the same thing that he was screaming about DeSantis and Abbott doing, and that was moving migrants all over the country to get them out of his city. And of course, Adams had, he came up with, we're not doing it like them. We're sitting down telling them the opportunities they're going to have, being honest about the opportunities. And we're trying to put them in places where they will be openly accepted and have an opportunity to regain, some social acceptance and be somebody in life. Some of these places are outside of the United States, but, at least we're trying. Oh, well, you know what, all well and good, but it's still people moving, people that aren't from here to keep them from staying here for whatever reason. Doesn't boil down to the same thing. I understand that you have a city packed full of, minorities that are wondering, okay, why do these people get to jump to the head of the line when we've been here paying taxes, going to work, sometimes working 2 or 3 jobs, putting up with all the stuff that comes out from the local government, the state government, and the federal government for years, and we got nothing to show for it but a hard time. And these people, they come here from someplace else, and now you're building them shelters and, buying up homes for them, and we got nothing. These people get to jump to the head of the line when we've been here paying taxes, going to work, sometimes working 2 or 3 jobs, putting up with all the stuff that comes out from the local government, the state government, and the federal government for years, and we got nothing to show for it but a hard time. And these people, they come here from someplace else, and now you're building them shelters and, buying up homes for them, and we got nothing. Why? So, okay. We don't have to answer those questions if we take them and we send them to Newfoundland or Newfoundland or Iceland or whatever. The next thing, we'll jump back to the Republican side. The whole political scene basically is a letdown in one way or another, because even the people that look like they try to do good, they tie themselves up in the process of doing good, trying to be good, and end up screwing up everything in the end, and we get nothing. But at least that's not as, as heart-wrenching as, people come to you, tell you they're going to do you dirty, double down on telling you they're going to do you dirty, then they do you dirty, and nobody says a damn thing about it, because the people that did you dirty are in bed with the people that are supposed to be looking at them to tell them not to do you dirty, or to go after them when they do you dirty. And the only net result is that you got done dirty and ain't nobody doing a damn thing about it. That's how, that's basically how it is. But in Virginia, we got Youngkin, and Youngkin is just as bad as any of these other ones, but he's just a little bit more quiet because he's not in Texas, or he's not in Florida, Virginia has that vibe, but it's not the main vibe, it's not the surface vibe. You can't just reach out your window and touch that vibe. Maybe in some places in Virginia, but it's not statewide. It's not like down in Florida when, you can go redneck and the whole neighborhood shows up, even when you live in the hood. But the thing is, Youngkin does the same stupid stuff that all the rest of them do. He just does it on a quieter tip. He does it on a smoother tip. He tries to mingle it in with a whole lot of camouflage stuff, but sometimes he just has to be, blatant with it so he can get credit for it in his, oppressionist, rule book, or get credit for it, in his dictator's merit badge contest. I don't know. But this thing with sending troops to the border, sending National Guardsmen to the border, all the other dictator wannabes have done it. Now he's, Youngkin's going to throw his hat in the ring. Well, I'm not saying in the ring because, if he really wants to be president, he better say something soon, or it's 2028 for him, and he's got to worry about another governor's race in the interim, so he'll be back in the same situation he's in now. So he's either got to sit or get off the pot and stop being stupid, or whatever. But he said we're gonna send 100 National Guardsmen down to the southern border to help stem the flow of fentanyl across the border. Well, he can go down there with, I think Florida still got some people down there, South Dakota, North Dakota, some other, right-wing leaning states with governors that want to, put their names on the national stage. But what good is it going to do? They do no good. The guardsmen that go down there, they talk about how useless they are because it's not their function. They have no... All they are is a support of of a police action. They don't have police powers. Why are they there? Why are they there? They're there to make the rednecks think that, well, we got armed troops on the border. We're ready to start blasting some illegal immigrants. We're gonna light up the 50 calibers and light up some immigrants, coming across the border in the middle of the night and keep America safe and stop the flow of drugs across the border. That's not going to work. That's not how it's going to. First of all, you got to be realistic about how much fentanyl it really does come. I mean, a lot. It's a lot, but it's not. They want to act like it's a Niagara Falls open, like that. Every ounce of fentanyl. It's not. There's other ways it's coming, and it's being flown into the major airports of this country every damn day. Nobody's talking about that. It's being made in this country. Nobody's really talking about that. Everything from the southern border, because that is the boogeyman of the moment going into the next election. Well, they say it's going to cost like $3 million for Virginia to send these 100 National Guardsmen, and they're going to be away from their home for like 3 months, 90 days, and their jobs are going to be on hold, their families are going to be on hold, and for what? What are they going to accomplish? It's all about the show, and ain't none of it about the go. None of these Republicans have a plan to do anything but make money for themselves and their little circle. They don't care about They don't care about anybody else. If you can survive off some crumbs, okay, you can survive off the crumbs, but every day we circling the wagons to make sure that there's fewer and fewer crumbs. So don't even get used to that. We gonna rule everything, and y'all just gonna slave yourselves until we say enough, good and faithful servant. And if you think that day's coming, yeah. But this government is like, we gain an inch and we give up 30 miles, and on a regular basis it's like there's no hope. I mean, people lose hope. I'm not saying that there is no hope, but when you got a Supreme Court that's going and taking back stuff that was given up after a century and a half of struggle, was given up, and we had it for 50 years, and it worked for 50 years, or it worked for 40 years, and one day we wake up and it's gone because they got the right number of Colonel Sanders type people wearing black robes in the Supreme Court. And the country, and what's really, really weird is that the country, I'm talking about the whole country, north, south, east, and west, if you look at everybody across the board, they are in favor of the things, of the rights that the Supreme Court is taking away from us. So the law, I understand the law and the majority are two different things, but it's obviously proving that for somehow the Supreme Court is out of touch. It's in the words of Joseph R. Biden, it's not normal. It has no consideration for the people. And you can't say that it has consideration for the law, because currently they are changing laws to create new laws, to make it into a country of their laws. Well, I don't know, that's just some, things that I've noticed happening recently. And really it wasn't a whole lot to talk about, so I just threw a whole bunch of stuff together. But anyway, that's the end of another episode of Uncle Ricky Thompson. And peace out and God bless.
Hi. Yep, it's me. This is the end of another episode of Uncle Ricky. I hope you enjoyed it. Look, I enjoyed doing this, but I need your help. I don't want your money. I just want you to, hit like, subscribe, comment, share, and help me keep doing what I'm doing. And that's bringing the truth to you. So, as always, peace out and God bless. And have a great day from Uncle Ricky at Uncle Ricky's house.